Welcome back to the Perth Motorplex for night number 2 of the Candilo Steel City Late Model Nationals. What a night number 1 was, with Jason Fitzgerald leading all 40 laps, but it was Tyler Erb and Kai Blight who rounded out the podium in a great ding-dong battle that included 4th place finisher Paul Stubber. What can we see tonight? Can we see an Australian finally get on the top step with Blight and Stubber's pace? That is very possible. But we also had some hard luck stories, including the Australian of Jay Carty, who had oil pressure problems, and the American of Devon Moran, who sadly just could not get the temperature issue sorted. Night number 2 is a whole new story, and we're about to crack it into yet again, so sit back and relax as we bring you some late model action right into your lounge rooms.
And we are racing night number 2 of the Candilo Steel City Nationals for late models, as Paul Stubber, who finished 4th last night, is leading the field down the back straight as the number 99 car did a few little bunny hops, but is quite okay.
The car, as we said as well, was really fast last night. Have you had to really make any different changes to the car, or is it really still the exact same?
All we really had to do was put a lower right control arm in it after I bumped the fence, and that unfortunately about 10 laps from home knocked the speed out of it. And I honestly genuinely felt we did have a little bit more speed than Kai and Tyler, and it's just, you know, skills behind the wheel to nut out the right place to pass him. I mean, as I said, he was fast a little bit where we were, but yeah, I'm really looking forward tonight just to line up and see if we can go again.
Of this racing, Veronica McCandy went back, Bilby's gone back a bit, and there's the number 23 car going on quite well, Young Chalmers. Then we find Fitzy doing a wonderful job. He's already picked up a few spots, and he's up in 4th place. He come off the back of the mark, remember, 49.956 for those first 4 laps. So here we are at the halfway mark, 4 down and 4 to go, and Fitzy's the man who's going to be a hard nut to crack once again, because their points all count for this, as well as the feature race. So here we find the 31 car of Paul Stubber looking good. Moran, the American, hunting him down. He's out for victory tonight, so he's got a very fast car. 700 of a second separate them, and Paul's lost a lot of ground that time as they move down into all flag signs, and back in the 3rd place now is Fitzgerald. So now we find out a Sims medal. This race is continuing. Paul Stubber now, he's still 700ths of a second in front. Bilby went high on the wall again as they move down the back straight. Rod Bottrell gets the white flag. Bilby's moving to the motorcycle track now. So through Sims for the last time, Paul Stubber driving a beautiful race. The man who's really the star of this particular event so far is the man in 3rd place. That is Fitzy. What a fine job he's done. Moran in the 51 car, he's done a fabulous job to finish in 2nd, but Paul Stubber in the 31 car moves out of Sims across the line. The 51, the young Devon Moran, and then
10 with the lime green.
Around here, you've had about 3 nights. You've seen we've got these heat races down packed.
Yeah, we're really good. The car's really good in the heat race, and I've got a good team with me, and some Aussies are helping me figure this stuff out.
As we say here, a little bit of raindrops falling, but it's been a really quick car since you've come over. Is there anything you can just do to make it a little bit better during that feature race?
You know, that's the magic question, and I'm not sure yet, but got Jason Oldfield helping. He knows the track really well, so I'm hoping to get some good help from him.
Michael Holmes 2nd. Tyler Erb is 3rd. Not for long. Erb's going to get through to 2nd in a moment. Then we got Jeff Roth. So the 3 of the 4 cars out in front here are from the United States. Then we go back to Nuno Mendes. Ben Nicastri is back 3rd from last. James Batley and Ryan Ludlow at the rear of the field. Good duel for 2nd between Holmes, Erb and Roth. They're in a group and they're all flat out trying to catch Joe Godsey, who's driving well. 16.35. He's been as quick too, Joe Godsey, as the previous race, with the best lap time there in that race. I haven't quite got it yet, but I know just from times it's not far away, and he's lowered it too with a 16.35. So Godsey down the back straight. Now down the back straight, Tyler Erb has a fly up on the outside of Holmes and takes over for 2nd. So they've swapped spots. Holmes drops back to 3rd. Then we go back to Roth, Nuno Mendes, Warren Oldfield. Still can't make any ground, although he's got a bit of a move here on Warmel Civil. He levels up at least with Nuno Mendes. And now he eases past on the entry into turn number 3 and out of turn 4. He's been able to skip a car length clear. So he gains a spot. Godsey still in front. lap and a half to go. He's on lap 7 of 8 here for your second heat tonight in our Candilo Steel City Late Model Nationals title. And Tyler Erb chasing hard for second. He finished second overall last night, Tyler Erb. It was very impressive as Godsey comes out of turn number 4 for the last time and takes the checkered flag.
And plenty of great food. As a green light.
Enough, you did get that heat race win in the first heat with some fantastic passing moves. Was the track a little bit better then to what it is now?
No, I think it was still pretty good in that second heat. I was just driving pretty hard, you know, to try and make up those spots, because with so many cars here, you know, every spot you get in that heat race is crucial, you know, to where you start in that A main. And even with a first and a third, I think I'm starting out at 8th, you know, so that shows you how tough it is.
As he goes on the outside of Kirkby drops back to 3rd place. Then we find Jay Carty in there moving along very well, thank you very much indeed. Then the number 83 car of Amaduri. So we've got some very good talent amongst our speedway ranks here in WA, and the late model's doing a great job. Jay Carty, oh, and bang, into the fence goes the 58 car. I don't know whether he got any help, but man, did he give that fence a nudge. The bonnet jumped up and the panels jumped up. Green lights and green flags as Craig Vosbergen, showing many years of experience, stalled the field beautifully and gave him a nice little cushion to get between he and the second place man. And there is years of experience on a beautiful race car, on a beautiful racetrack here in Western Australia for the late models. Into the top turn they go through Plus Fitness, then through Wormel Civil. The guys enjoying a fabulous night here of Speedway as they thunder into all 2 signs and banners. Into the main straight, our race leaders, car number 8, Craig Vosbergen, Kai Blight in the 41 car, then the 83 car of Daniel Amaduri. And then we find back to Jay Carty, who starts to make his presence felt. Then in 30, 52, then the 25 was Doherty, Lee Watt, Willie Powell, Nathan Callahan. So they're moving in and out of this turn, the 5 down and 3 to go. The heats are really and truly starting to hot up. In fact, when we go to the next heat, these guys are on the front now, will be off the back, so there'll be some fireworks in the final set of heats, and then we get all to the all-important A main. But our race leader going along well is Craig Vosberg from Kai Blight, Daniel Amaduri, Jay Carty, through Wormel Civil, thunder down the back straight, the number 8 car without any dirt on his car, so when he goes up to speak to Jason, there's one job he won't have to do is clean the car when they go back into the pits. So they go in and out of that turn as the white flag comes out, and barring a mechanical failure, which I know won't happen, the number 8 car of Vosberg and the 41 car of Blight and the 83 car of young Daniel Amaduri comes out of Sims Metalstein across the line in the
Great to be here. Here we go. About to go racing. Nice even start that time. Up on the outside, Fitzgerald gets the jump. James Batley is able to hold on to Godsey, who goes to his outside, and on his inside goes Michael Holmes, and eventually Godsey gets through to take 2nd place. So 2 Americans already up in the front of the field. Fitzgerald from Godsey. Then we go back to Batley. Michael Holmes is moving backwards because Moran is on his inside, and I think Veronica McCann is up there in the top 6 as well. And look at this, Godsey's gone to the race lead, or at least he did. He stuck his nose in front to show Fitzgerald he was there, and then all of a sudden Fitzgerald found a new lease of life. Godsey goes through underneath, and you've got to remember that Godsey brought this car from the US of A, he and his teammate, so they have come over with their own cars all the way from America, so they haven't come here just for a holiday. And Joe had a long discussion about the witch's hat last night, and in the end he was showing a video, and that basically ended the conversation.
Yep.
So Joe Godsey, though, he's found a bit more horsepower, maybe a different setup, maybe went and worked on a few things, and also probably getting used to this motorway here at the Perth Motorplex. Driving really well, in fact. He's done a 16.4, 16.7 is Fitzgerald's best, and 16.8 is Michael Holmes's best. 16.9 is Devon Moran's best. He's back in 4th place. Then we go back to McCann, Batley, Bilby and McNabb. McNabb at the rear of the field, coming Past us now, Simon McNabb, and our race leaders are coming out of turn 4 as he's heading out of turn 1. So there's a fair margin between first to last. 3/4 away around the track they are. Around turn 2, Wormel Civil. Next time round for Joe Godsey, he'll get the white flag, and he will be homeward bound, driving beautifully. So too is Fitzgerald, really consistent, just racking up the points, these guys. 16.87 that time, 17.03 for Fitzgerald, the chaser. But Joe Godsey's too strong here. Third place now to Devon Moran. So the Americans are 1, 2, 3. 3 of them in the race. 3 of them finishing in the front 3 positions, showing their class. Godsey first.
Racing once again, and off the front mark is Oldfield alongside of Jay Carty as they go into the first turn. Beautiful dispatch that time. All drivers are behaving wonderfully, and it's a credit to late model racing in Western Australia as we see them come into the main straight. 1 lap down and 7 to go as Oldfield leads Carty. Then the number 10 car, the American, is Tyler Erb. He is from the United States of America. Then we find Craig Vosberg, who's picked up 4 cars in the middle of the field now, off the back mark, so he's a very fast racer. Then we find Ben DeCastri in the 1925 car as young Craig picks up yet another place. The race there at the moment is Warren Oldfield. Then back in second place is Tyler Erb. Then we find Jay Carty. They go into the bottom turn. There's plenty of action here at the Perth Motorplex on Quinana Beach, the motortainment centre of the West Coast, and our leader is Warren Oldfield. Now we find Tyler Erb getting amongst them, and they drive this track to absolute perfection as they move down the back straight. Oldfield is the man who owns the Ultratune in Rudlock Road in Morley, and he's doing a fabulous job now down past our broadcast position, working hard. Tyler Erb working underneath him now as he dropped to the low line as they move down the back straight in towards the all flag sign and banners. Through Sims they go. Oldfield's gone wide. Next time through they'll get the 5 laps. There's 6, there's 2 to go. So our race there, Oldfield fighting for survival. The American working him over big time. They move down the back straight once again. Plenty of action here at the Motorplex on Quinana Beach as they come out of Sims again. They're locked together alongside of each other. Brilliant action. Must be getting some fabulous TV. The next time they through, they'll get the white flag. That time Erb was 4 wheels in the air like a motocross motorcycle, but I think Oldfield's got the strength, and Oldfield's bounced back beautifully from last night. So here he is now, down with 1 lap to go in the 15 car. And it's young Warren Oldfield, or nicknamed as Wazzo, but the 15 car from the USA 10 in second place. And then back to the number 8 car, but Jay Carty's hanging on hard, and they come out of Sims, and it's Jay Carty in the 52 car.
So into the main straight they come, and they're away and racing, and Paul Stubber, if he hunts down on the inside, he'll get a whole pile of them here, and he does!
Beautiful.
He goes through into third place out of turn number 2. To turn number 2, Carl, nearly turn number 4 now as they come around into the main straight. So your race leader at the moment is Matty Goodlad. He did well to get through. The Victorian right in his hammer, Cam Peterson. Well, he ducks on the inside. Peterson stuck his nose in front for a moment, but Goodlad fought back on the outside. Stubber now rightfully moves up to third place. Kai Blight doesn't quite have the speed of Stubber at the moment. He did really well last night, Kai Blight. So we'll see how he goes in the 20-lap feature race, which is still ahead of us tonight. Then we go back to Willie Powell, Joe Chalmers, Daniel Amagiri, and Lee Watts, Lionel Kirkby and Jason Bond didn't start. They were scheduled to start in this race, but none of them started, of course. So we've got a reduced number field. The Victorian goes to the front, Cameron Peterson. He got past Goodlad, Stubber and Kai Blight now having a duel for third. Blight getting a bit of a bounce, step bouncy spot still between Plus Fitness and Warmel Civil on turns 1 and 2. It's about 3/4 of the way round on the turn, and you'll see where car number 10 stays on the inside of that part of the track. It's where the black car is going now, and you see him giving a bit of a bounce as they go through there. But Cameron Peterson set up a 1.5 second advantage as Paul Stubber takes second, and third place now with young Kai Blight as he gets past Good Lad. Good Lad starting to drift back through the field. Got a little bit out of shape between turns 1 and 2 for Plus Fitness and Warmal Civil. Now for flags. All flags, signs and banners and Sims medals. And Stubber is coming on. Still 2 laps to go, but he is getting closer, Paul. Stubber 0.93 is the margin.
And he come off the back of the mark too.
He did, right at the rear of the field. And he's made some really big ground. So he's got a very fast car. He has been the quickest car in the race. 16.69's been the quickest lap by him. 16.77 for Cam Peterson. 16.89 for Kai Blight. But Kai Blight is also closing in on the leader, but they won't catch him, you think. And the Victorian Cameron Pearson is going to make it his first victory here at the Perth Motorplex since his visit. And he's going to come down and take the checkered flag. Fastly, Stubber, only 2 car lengths behind this one.
Beautiful. Green lights and green flags, and it's Paul Stubber leads them up the end of the main straight with Godsey, but he gets swamped a little bit. Then we find the 81 car of Stubber there going well. The number 10 car coming in. Stubber's on the outside of Godsey as they go into all flag sign, and Godsey, but Paul Stubber now leaning on Godsey as he's dropped back to second place. The other American driver, Tyler Erb, takes the lead. Stubber's now on the outside working hard and they're doing a pretty fine sort of a job as they move down the back straight. Back in 4th place is number 8, that is Craig Vosbergen. So out of Sims medal they go. They have completed 2 laps with the bonus.
Godsey is out. Godsey is out. He looks like has he done a tyre?
No.
He actually hit the fence in the back straight.
Okay.
And it's done some damage to the steering, I suspect.
Righto, so about to go green as it does now go green. So we will see who can race supreme. Down the back straight they go. Tyler Erb needs to hold his nerve, but he's doing it beautifully. He's got plenty of nice, clean track in front of him as he comes around into the main straight. Stubber, Vosbergen up to 3rd. Kai Blight has to settle for 4th now. He's driving a completely different line. Everyone else is down on the concrete curb, and he's staying up nice and high, trying to get some drive out there as the track has slicked right off. Plenty of dust now starting to fly as they come around into the main straight. So he stays up high, does the youngster Kai Blight. He's got better drive than Vosbergen, so he gets 1 spot. Vosbergen, although he's sort of keeping pace, you can see there's going to be plenty of wear on the tyres, but we are talking a 30-lap feature race, and we're already in lap number 7. 7 laps are done. Stubber's still 2nd, but he is already 1.3 seconds behind our race leader, which is American Tyler Erb. Kai Blight is 2.5 seconds further adrift.
There's a tyre gone.
So a tyre goes bang. As I said, there'll be plenty of wear on the tyres, and that car's going to stop, and it is the number 10 Victorian, I believe.
Yep. So there's no way in the world. So he's got a bit of debris, probably a bolt that's dropped out because that drive line did drop on the racetrack, and it's pretty hard to pick up on a black surface.
The halfway point is not far away. 30 laps, 23 to go. And at the moment, we've got a hard-charging American by the name of Tyler Erb who wants to go one better than last night. Gee,
Young Fitzy too.
I'll tell you what, the young fella there, Kai Blight, had a good run at it. I thought he was going to get past Stubber there. Continues to ride from the high line, then he ducks underneath Stubber, and he's going to get him this time, the young man. So Kai Blight goes through. He finished 3rd last night behind the 2 Americans, and he doesn't want to let Tyler Erb get too far away. They're jostling for position back in the field. So Blight takes over from Stubber. Vosbergen has now been passed up on the high line, and Fitzgerald's coming through at a rate of knots, isn't he? Gee, I tell you what, that Halliday car's going beautiful. It's going beautiful with a different pilot this time. The American visitor and Jason Fitzgerald's had to come from back in the field this time, but he's doing it really nicely. They're coming around to complete the 10th lap, and it'll be Tyler Erb leading him in towards 15. Conmire.
Right, here we go now for the next 5 as we got Erb still out in front. Kai Blight, Paul Stubber fights back once again. Paul's made 1 mistake and lost a couple of spots, but now Tyler Wright's got his, I should say, Kai Blight's got his momentum back again as they come past that broadcast position. 11 down and still going hard. Young Kai, Paul Stubber doggedly hanging on in 3rd place. Man, he will not give up without a fight. It's our Paul. Then back to Fitzgerald, who's ominous at the moment. And you watch him over the last 5 laps of this race tonight. He'll be amongst them. Determine the race as they move down the back straight. Blight in 3rd place still, and Craig Vosbergen back in 4th position, 5th position. Now Fitzgerald starts to make his move up. Lap number 14 out and on. Tyler Erb out in front. Stubber, Blight, Fitzgerald, Vosbergen, Devon Moran, Jay Carty, Michael Holmes, Doherty, and in 10th place is Warren Oldfield. That the 15 car comes out as our race leader, steams into the main straight. His car for the next 5.
So that was pretty quick, Connor. Nice, quick, slick 5 laps as Tyler Erb continues to lead. He heads out of Warmall Civil, turn number 2. On his hammer is the second placed Paul Stubber, but he's starting to lose the gap now, isn't he, Stubber?
Yeah.
And Kai Blight is starting to back off and not getting any closer, Fitzgerald. So that's unfortunate for him. Whilst he's having a nice duel with Kai Blight, he's not coming on. Devon Moran, he's also up there in the first 5. But
race, now we find Stubber, grabs second place again. Whoa, there's a slip and slide, dip and dive in the main straight, but they all straighten themselves up. Now full Stubber fights back again, but Kai Blight's got him. They go in through all tools. These guys are having an absolute ball. And young Blight's got a powerful motor. Wow, is he so good? Such a top driver. Young Erb then back in second place and going well is Kai Blight, Stubber, Fitzy. Well, they're waiting for these guys to make a mistake with Blight. This Blight is such a good driver. He up again. Look at the sparks coming off the wall. Stubber's back there. I don't know if he's worn his tyres out. Now Fitzgerald's right on the tailpipe of the number 731 car of Stubber. They go through Wormall Civil. Plenty of action here at the motorway at the moment.
Second, third place is Stubber. They're 1.8 seconds behind Kai Blight. Can he find some more card going into these concluding stages? We've now only got 3 laps to go as he's cannoning into the fence. The sparks are flying, but the 10 car's still doing this job. Tyler Erb's going to go one better, I reckon. He's on lap number 28. Oh, he cannons again, Kai Blight into the fence. What's he done? Has he got bald tyres? He's got no stick. He's lost his stick on the track.
No, he's just up there high doing the mean things.
Righto, he's trying to find, but he can't. He's not making any ground. So at the moment, Tyler Erb, he has torn the back of the car up, but it's still going. That's the main thing because he wants to finish on the podium. Oh, gee, Willie gone round. Oh, yes, good stuff. Nationals, well, there are some New South Welshmen out there. David Doherty and Ben Nicastri are in the top 12. Can they get into the top 10? We'll see.
Stubber's got second.
Doherty's got 10th. Stubber's got second again. Can Blight fire back? Or will Devon Moran get himself a podium finish? He just might. He stays low. Concrete curve for him. Out high and wide is the young fella Blight. He's able to get some ground. 28 laps are done. 2 to go.
Oh, Paul.
Oh!
We should be yellow.
He's gone again.
This car is right in the middle of turn 2.
Craig Vosbergen's gone.
So the
Craig's been hit by
39,
Jay Carty.
the 39 went around and caught. That's Jaron Bilby.
Oh, my God.
But he sat there for over half a lap.
I don't think Kyle Blight's playing the game.
Well, he's gone up nice and high. He wants to play the game.
Yep.
But he's got to try and remain in his position, and he might even lose it as well here, Blight, because the American's gone past him, and Blight fights back, and he gets his spot for now. At the moment, though, they're flat out catching Erb. They're coming around into the main straight. Lap number 29. White flag has been seen. So we've got the same three. Fitzgerald is now starting to fight through. Jason Fitzgerald, Moran, the Americans behind our 2 West Australian drivers. Last gasp, 1 lap to go. Checkered flag coming out, and he wins Erb. Second place Stubber, third place Blight.
Wow.
Then we go back to Moran. Close up Fitzgerald and Holmes, Doherty and Oldfield.
First win of 2018, first win in Australia for Tyler Erb. It's only taking you 2 race meetings to get to the top step.
Yeah, I wish this was the 5,000. Maybe I would have got a bigger bonus, but it's all right, man. We're having fun. Kelly, Justin, Cameron, they give me an awesome car. HDD Racing. I mean, this is just like the stuff I have at home, and there's no reason we shouldn't win. We come out here and worked really, really hard these past couple of days, and it showed, and hopefully we can get 2 more before we go home.
Yeah, we still got 2 rounds left, but let's talk about that pass with Paul Stubber where you got really nice and close. It was close, it was hard, and it was fast.
Yeah, I didn't think the top was going to be that great, and I really didn't want to go up there unless I was falling back or just needed to get desperate, and the car just took off really good on the bottom, and I know Paul a little well, and I'm sure he's excited, and I knew if I just was patient and I had the right tires and everything that we'd have a good shot at a run at him, and just stayed smooth, kept our line, didn't have to push nothing. And then once we got to lap traffic, I just turned it on and tried to pass as many as quick as I could. The good thing is about this place is you can watch that screen. So like on those restarts after about the second lap, I'd look up and it looked like we were maintaining a pretty good lead. So it was awesome. The track was good. I know it probably sucked to watch because wasn't no passing on my end, but I mean, you could go literally anywhere you wanted. You could go high, low, middle. So it was really cool.
We'll talk about like with those last 5 laps to go. There was 2 restarts. Was there any sort of emotion where I could make a mistake here?
Honestly, I was thinking about Webb and doing donuts, but then I was like, dude, if you lose this race because you're thinking about donuts right now, you have to be the dumbest person. You miss your flight, you lose the race, like. So I just kind of zoned in. I really didn't think anybody could get up on the cushion and pass me. There wasn't much of a cushion, and I knew if I got wide, it would make it really tough for somebody to pass me. So I just kept maintaining my line, and I'm actually glad we had that red at the end there because I think I fired really, really well there because my tires cooled back down. So it was just all in all a really, really good night, and happy to be here.
Start second, finishes second, the first Australian home, Paul Stubber. Paul, that car was awesome in that middle stages.
Very nice indeed. If you can get them drive, easy to drive like that, you definitely got to be able to go forward. So.
Yeah, when we talked about that middle stage as well, you actually went back to 3rd place for a little while there. Kyle Blight got past you, but you were able to rally past.
Yeah, he was really swinging around the fence, and I just didn't see the value in it. My car was good enough to run through. I found some good dirt, particularly 1 and 2. I really wasn't happy with the way I sort of got through the race at 3 and 4, and that's where I sort of lost my speed, but all in all, it was terrific.
Especially that opening lap there where it almost looked like you were going to take the lead.
Yeah, I got to say, Tyler, he just came through there, and I credit to him. He leant on us. I could feel he was there, but he didn't push us out the way. He just, I think he just propped himself and got his wheels straight and just gassed off on us. So.
And now we move to Collie as well, completely different sort of aspect, but do you feel there's a bit of confidence around this team?
Yeah, most certainly. And, one of the reasons that we're going well, we've been fortunate enough to have the services of Keith Burner from AccuForce. Keith has been coaching myself. He's been coaching the whole team. And, he's really bringing us on. And it's experience that we're looking for.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks, can't you?
Oh, no, I've got a very open mind, mate.
From 7th, he makes his way all the way up to 3rd, Kyle Blight. What an unreal ride.
Yeah, mate. We again, same deal in the heat races. We weren't that good, and the boys tuned it up again and got us a race car where I could just enter in straight, roll that slick, and just roll on by them. So pretty happy with how the car was, and it's unfortunate we tore it up like that, but we had a real shot at it, I reckon.
Yeah, you did a fair decent Jeep Van Warmer impersonation, didn't you?
Yeah, where I was saying it was all good. We were passing cars, so. Look, I just got to say thanks to everyone on this car. Albany Forklifts and Industries, Blotts Auto Electric, Sadler's Butchers, Moyle Race Parts, Beck's Transport. Everyone's put in a huge effort, getting this car going, and we really appreciate it.
We'll really move on to the start as well because it was horrible. You actually went back to 9th there in a second, and we thought, oh, what's Kai doing here? But you were able to rally up to 2nd as well.
As I've said all weekend, mate, we've had a really, really good long-run car, and we just got chipping away. The tyres got some heat into them, and we rolled on by. I thought we were going to be pretty good on the bottom. I started rolling around there, and then I think it was Stubber and Tyler Erber kind of running that lane. I thought I needed to be in, so I just jumped up the top, and we found something and got rolling.
5 laps to go, coming into turn number 1 and 2. The car really started to balk on you, and the right front hit the wall. You're thinking, was that race done? Was it all over?
Hell no. I was thinking that we'll just get back on the gas and chase Herb down and see what we had. I didn't even realise all this happened under that red. Devon pulled up alongside of me, and he's like, dude, the spoiler's killed. So I went in there and slipped some, and Paul got back by me, and we kind of just had to change our line a bit, ease the car up, and make sure we really got in that moisture to get off the corner.
And it really was effective as well in that later stages. We had 2 restarts, one with 3 to go and a green-white checker. What was the aspect of trying to keep the car under you with all this damage?
Look, I was kind of peeved about that, that restart with 3 or 4 to go. I thought that we were just making gains and really had something for him, but we didn't fire off that well, and then I mucked up into 1 and just kind of got out of rhythm. And hey, that's how it is, and we're not going to make excuses. We got to put on a show, and got to speak on dirt, and thank everyone that did a great job, and that's why we're here.